As an aspiring cinematographer in today's day and age, I think the only way to break out into the industry today is by creating spec work. But first, what is spec work? Spec work is creating a project using your own time and money. But why would anyone want to work for free and put their own money into creating a project? Well, if you're like me and in the early stages of your career, you have to prove to others that you're capable of shooting projects. On this channel, I have a full video coming out about how to create a spec project, since I just shot one recently and I'm in the midst of trying to sell it. But for now, here are 5 main reasons why you should be shooting a spec project and how they will benefit you. Number 1, it'll lead to more work.
Yeah, I feel like it's a weirdly controversial one. I've heard a lot of people say that you should never work for free. Personally, I think that spec work and doing free work is important, especially when you're getting started.
Of course, nobody wants to work for free, and you shouldn't be working for free, but if you shoot a spec project that's actually pretty good, I promise it'll lead to more work. I know this because it's happened to me and it's happened to others as well. 2 years ago, I shot a project with a director friend of mine completely on spec with our own money. It wasn't until this summer that the project actually paid off. I got recommended to do a shoot for Converse and Little Burgundy, and one of the main reasons I got the job was because I had this piece in my portfolio.
I did the pizza commercial. I was working with Pico on that commercial. The payment was the fact that I got to shoot for 3 days there. I had full creative control. I could try whatever I wanted. They gave me their time. We made a ton of pizzas, and I was able to use all of that for whatever I wanted. It led to a lot of stuff down the road.
So if you shoot a spec and have it in your portfolio, it's very likely it'll lead to more work, even if it's a few years down the line. Number 2, it'll help you gain experience. It's so easy to watch a video or read an article about how to create a project, but it's in the doing where you actually learn how.
Spec work is the opportunity to experiment with different things, try more complicated shots, and most importantly, screw up a bunch of times, because that is the time to do it. It's important to learn from mistakes, but personally, I like to make those mistakes on my own time, not on somebody else's time or dollar. You need that as marketing and as practice to get your name out there, show people what you're capable of, but also just to have the skills and the reputation to deliver on the types of work that you would ultimately want to be making.
Learning things like time management, working under pressure, and working with the tools that you have can only be learned by experience, and that's crucial to every project, paid or not. Number 3, it's an investment.
I've always viewed every spec project as some sort of investment into my business. It's like any other business where there's always a cost to get things started. The cost can be as large or as small as you like, but ultimately I felt that as long as I continued to invest into each spec project that I made, I would be able to upgrade the production value and as a result, appeal to bigger clients and hopefully larger budgets as well.
I personally think a lot of people on the internet are really obsessed with purchasing gear and not actually shooting projects, and very rarely are you going to get hired onto a project because you own a certain piece of equipment. It's more so going to come down to what you have in your portfolio. It took a bit of a mindset shift for me to want to spend my money into things for projects like wardrobe, locations, props, things like that, but all that stuff adds a lot of production value, and production value makes your videos look a lot more expensive than they actually are, and I think that's a lot better way to spend your money than purchasing the latest and greatest camera gear.
When you make a project, nobody's going to ask you, oh, what did you shoot that on? A client doesn't care what type of camera or what type of microphone, what editing software you use. What they care about is the final result and how it looks. So that's why spec work is especially important, because regardless of what the tools are, it's the end result that really speaks for itself, and that's what's going to grab the attention of any potential clients or agencies, brands, whatever it might be.
Number 4, creative freedom. It's very rare to have a client reach out to you and give you complete creative control. When shooting a spec project, you can do any idea you want and collaborate with whoever you want. Let's say you really want to shoot a car commercial. Well, using the restraints you have, go out and shoot a car commercial. If you want to get into food cinematography, well, go out and shoot a food commercial. This is really my favorite part about spec project. A lot of the time I see work that inspires me, and I want to take that inspiration and make my own version of it.
Gives you that chance to try those things, but also to make the work that you hope catches the attention of a brand you would want to work with.
Number 5, it's proven to work. Since I'm in the early stages of my career, I still have tons of hope that my spec projects are gonna pay off because it's proven to work.
The truth is, projects likely are not going to just fall into your lap. If there's a dream client or a dream brand you want to work with, they're not just going to call you out of the blue unless they have a reason to. Well, the way you give them a reason to is to put work out there that appeals to their product or their service, and a lot of the time it is spec work and making projects for free that afford you the opportunity to make those kinds of examples, to catch the attention of those brands.
What are your thoughts on spec projects? Do you think it's a waste of time and money? Do you think you shouldn't work for free? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.